because you made your debut. You're kind of like a plant. You're a fan of the crowd.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong has a $25,000 challenge, and you competed against her once. You lost, and then you competed against her again.
Yeah.
You defeated her, and you got the money. So technically, you were the third ever Knockout Women's Champion. Gail Kim, number 1. Number 2, Awesome Kong. You, Taylor Wilde, number 3. Now,
and I was the youngest.
And the youngest. Boom, check,
time.
check. Check, check. Yet it seemed very important to you, obviously, because at the time, again, they were establishing a women's division, and they had you come in as as a fan in the audience, trying to portray you as a fan, and yet you beat Awesome Kong. How important was that win to you? And did you feel any critiques? Because suddenly there were women, ODB, you mentioned, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky. There were many women who were already considered themselves next in line, and here you appear and you're champion, third.
Well, the one thing I will say, where we were with TNA at that time is all the knockouts, had known each other and had worked each other for years on the indies.
Okay.
So for the most part, I think Awesome Kong was probably one of the only women that I hadn't known. Tracy Brooks, Nikki Rocks, we'd all known each other. Now, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Of course.
Everyone wants to be champ. New girl comes in, probably the least exposed, even though I had spent some time with WWE before NXT, you got hidden. So it's like you were basically inactive on the wrestling scene.
Yeah.
And Awesome Kong, Kia, who honestly, aside from the company, I absolutely owe my career to, because Homegirl is so talented, but she was also old school in the capacity that it wasn't like she was like, hey girl, we're gonna have this great match, like let's tear the house down. It was like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, I'll see you out there, and then I will decide whether this is gonna be good business or we're gonna be girls or whatever.
Wow.
There was a tremendous amount of pressure on me because, again, lowest on the totem pole of the knockouts at that time. I'm coming straight in, even though these are my homegirls from the indies, it's a business. But my strength has always been, I'm an athlete, I'm a wrestler. I put a lot of stock in what I do and the matches themselves. So it was a good match. Our storyline, that David and Goliath, Gail had been the person who put the stamp of approval on me because she had known me to come up in Toronto in the same squared circle training facility as she did. She had been keeping an eye on me, and it was her suggestion to bring me in to basically fill her boots. So it was a success, I'd say. Kia and I became really, really close, and we were on the road together for 3 years. But it was a great time in my career.